Good morning. It is 0 day, and we're here at the Bunkhouse Lodge. So, Bunkhouse Lodge is basically 3/4 of a mile from the trail when you get into Breckenridge, so you can actually walk to it. The first thing that you want to know about the Bunkhouse Lodge is you're going to be greeted by these guys. This is the Doodle Pack. So we've got Lola is the oldest one. I can't remember the other two's names, but they're all sweethearts, and we got a boy and a girl, and they're all absolutely amazing. All right, so once you come into the gate, you're gonna be in this like outside area that Mitch has created here. So you've got hammocks, you got a little fire pit over here, you got the jacuzzi, plenty of seating. It's all walled off here, and that's Mitch right there. And so it's a very nice outside area to relax with. Of course, you got the view of the mountains right over the fence there. So let's go inside and I'll kind of show you around the inside of the place as well. All right, once inside here, right inside the door, he's got your typical hiker box. So you got just anything and everything a hiker has dropped or not wanted. Plenty of food options, some bags, things like that. Just your typical hiker box stuff. Then you come in here and Mitch has got this bar area. All right, so if you are a drinker, they offer adult beverages, the Roku entertainment area, so you got a nice view of the outside in the bar area here. And then in here we've got where we sat down and ate breakfast and dinner last night, so nice little dining room area. And then they serve the breakfast out of the kitchen that's right in there. All right, so these are the common relaxing area. That is Fergus sitting right over here, and he is the dad of the dog family. But so you got the two common relaxing areas here, one in here, and so both beautiful areas for you to sit in. I think Mitch said that this part of the cabin was built, and you said in the 1800s, right?
1892.
1892. Yep. So the main part of the building is that old. So it's absolutely amazing. But look at some of the really cool things that he's done to bring it up to kind of like modern area. So the bathrooms are what amazed me. So he's got this really cool downstairs bathroom. It's got the clawfoot tub here, and let me show you these showers. Got the overhead shower there, and there's another one upstairs that's just as nice. But even in the smallest touches, like there's urinals, which is something you just don't see inside of hostels or houses or anything like that. So you got a separate toilet area and urinal area. So, and there I am in the mirror. All right, so now let's take you guys upstairs and show you the actual bunkhouse area. All right, so this is the upstairs area where I'm staying at, and this is the bunkhouse itself. Now, in the bunkhouse, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bunk areas for the individuals. So he's got room for plenty of hikers. I'm going to show you the individual rooms as well. Everybody has their own closet space, so you got a closet so that you don't have to have your storage, out on the floor and stuff like that. So each one has their individual closet. But here is the upstairs bathroom, which is absolutely amazing. So again, the stand-up urinals in this one just are really. But look at this shower. So it's got the overhead, the regular shower, and the handheld shower. That is like the shower of my dreams right there. So with the rock floors. And then, hello again, you got the nice toilet with a bidet and a little cleaning nozzle and all that kind of stuff. So perfect setup for a bunkhouse, for a hostel, for all your hiker needs. So everybody's got their own individual space. But if you do need a little bit more room, let me show you the next area where he's got some individual rooms. So at the bottom of the stairwell, you can go back through this area right here, and here are the private rooms. So the private rooms are available as well. And here's one of the private rooms. They have their own little queen size bed, and just look how cool and nice this is set up. So you got your queen size bed, your own light, your own little space and storage behind here. He provides robes for every individual who's staying with him. So very cool little setup, very cool little rooms. So he's got not one, but here's a second one right over here. So there's two of them. But then also, if those are full, he's got the loft area. So you can climb right up this ladder right here and go upstairs into the loft. Now the loft area, again, a little bit more, a little less room than the others. But I mean, for hikers, if you just want your own individual space and you don't want to be around anybody, maybe the loft is for you. So it's a little trickier to get up and down into than the rest of the areas. See, because I'm climbing down these stairs right now, but still very cool. And there's not one, but there are two of these guys. Another little loft area here. So that is the bunkhouse lodge, and Mitch has been a very welcoming host, and we're just super thankful. All right, today we are going to go through some of the chores that we have to do on an off day, and one of the first things I'm going to do is I grabbed one of the cans of fuel from the hiker box, and I'm going to fill up my canister. Now I'm using a smaller canister of fuel, like this right here, but when you get to a hostel, normally you'll find one of these guys right here, and I've got my flip fuel with me, and we're just going to transfer the fuel out of the big one and fill my little one back up, and that saves me money because I don't have to go to the store and buy a new fuel canister. So here it is right here. Got my little flip fuel, and right here on top of it, it shows like in and out, right? So it has your in and your out. All right, so we're going out of the big can, so we'll put the outside on that, and you want to make sure that this valve is closed all the way when you do this. I'm going to go out of the big can. Now they say that you're supposed to heat one and cool one, but I haven't had to really do that with these cans, as long as I've just done it with gravity, more or less. And then I connect the inside to my canister, and then there's a little release valve right here to get rid of any of the air in between them. So I push that a little bit, and then I'm just going to open this guy up. And you'll hear the fuel start to transfer from one canister into the other canister. So that's the first chore that we had to do. All right, I just finished up our little day date. We planned a day date for the time that I'm in town and have Wi-Fi. So have a designated time to sit down and just spend time with my wife face to face. So now it's time to take care of all my chores before I go into town. First things first, I gotta shave this head. All right, all cleaned up, got the head shaved, got the face shaved, and now it's time to do some other chores. All right, now that I am showered and all cleaned up, the last thing that we have to do is to load up my food bag and Leo's backpack. So these are the boxes that I sent to myself. If you haven't watched my food video, you can go back and watch the food video and you'll see everything. But so I sent basically a dog box and a food box for me. So this is Leo's box here, Yeah, try to make it super simple and easy. So basically, here's what we got. Here's Leo's backpack. I've already measured and weighed out the food, so it just goes from the box directly into the backpack. One of these on each side, and this is a 4-day food carry. And then I have extra moist and meaty packets that just give him extra calories, and so one of these per day as well. Now mine, here's my food bag. Kind of need to go through this thing and get all the garbage out of it. So I got a leftover peanut butter packet and sriracha wipes that need to go in my toilet kit. Extra drink mixes, I'll be keeping those. This was that extra meal that that guy gave me, so I got the 4 cheese potato and Spam. So I'm actually going to hang on to that just to have an extra. And I have an extra bar in here as well. A couple more drink mixes, empty Ziploc bag, and a little bit of granola that I was given as well. Alright, so this is what was in my bag. So now my bag is empty. And then this is what is in my box that I shipped to myself. So always send yourself some extra Ziploc bags because you can never have enough of those for trash. I like to keep one out to put on the top. So I've got a few in the bottom, and I'll have one out to put on the top. Here are my new drink mix bags. So what I'll do is just consolidate these, drop all of my leftover drink mixes in my new drink mix bag. Now I did bring these matcha things, but you do need milk for these, so probably going to wind up ditching those. I might go try one downstairs because there is some milk downstairs that I can use, but no need in carrying it on trail if I can't drink it because I don't have milk. So throw all my extra drink mixes in. So there's my drink mixes. Won't need that bag anymore. Chips I got for lunch over the next 4 days. I'm gonna put those in the top of the bag so I don't get any more smashed than they are. They're already smashed, but I don't care. So the big thing. So let's start with what I put in the bottom of my food bag. I always start with my dinners. So we're gonna put the dinners in the bottom. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ramens. So 2 beef, 2 chicken, and I'm gonna make that the base of the bottom of my food bag. Now I'll add the meat to that. So for the chicken ramens, I have premium white chicken and Swanson chicken for the chicken meals, and then I have for the beef, I have the beef taco and the meatballs. That's gonna be delicious again. All right, so now my dinners have aligned to the bottom. Now we'll go for lunch. So lunch, corn and flour tortillas, fantastic, hold up well, and taste a lot better than just flour or just corn. And they got a little bit of protein in them, so those are good to have. And then the smart bowls. This is my extras for lunch. So as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna throw this extra dinner in here, or lunch, or whatever I want it to be, on top of that. So lunch goes in next. The only thing I don't throw in lunch is the chips because I want those to be at the top of the bag so they're not getting smashed as much. All right, now I have my breakfast bars. So I had a leftover breakfast bar, so I'm going to have a couple extras. That'll be good so I get some extra calories in. Get rid of the matcha. All right, so now I've got my lunch in there. These are my breakfast sausages. The Duke's hot and spicy sausage, that's a 4-day carry right there. So I'm going to actually, this is a little heavier duty plastic. Now I ship it in this just so that I can take it out and dump it into a plastic bag. And I eat these guys for breakfast. These are the sausages that I eat, you know, like, I don't know, somewhere between 6 and 8 of these things for breakfast every single day. They're not the same sausages that were in my food video. Those sausages went bad. Bad sausages. Don't ever buy those from Walmart. So, there's my Duke sausages. All in a bag. 4 days worth. Boom. Alright, so drop those in my bag. There's the breakfast bars that I eat with the Duke sausages. Now I can throw my drink mixes in. Oh, here's an extra. Oh, and the snacks. I'll keep my snacks towards the top because the snacks are something that, you know, I have to get out, you know, for every single day. So I don't ever put those in the bottom. I got an extra bar here. I'm going to drop that in there. Alright, so snacks go in. Got that extra granola. I'm going to keep on, hang on to that for some extra calories. And now, basically, this will be my garbage bag. That'll be towards the top. And then all of my chips go in there. So that's my 4-day food carry. Now that's ready to go in my backpack. So that's what it looks like right there. Alright, so that chore is complete. Now I just got to clean this stuff up, and then we're going to be heading to get Leo's extra shoe. The couple, Steve and Lynn, everybody say thank you, Steve and Lynn, in the comments for picking up Leo's shoe and for sticking it up by the trail so I could go grab it. And I think I'm going to go into Breck and get me a big old pizza and eat half of it there and then bring the other half for dinner. I think that's going to be the plan for today. I'm also going to be running into town, and I found something yesterday. I was looking at it, eyeballing it, not sure if I was going to get it, but I am going to pick it up, and I'll tell you guys why when I do. Okay, Operation Recover Leo's Shoe was a success. So now we have that back. We've got all 4 of his shoe or paw covers. Although I don't know if he's going to need them anymore, but I'm going to have them just in case. So it's good to have all 4 of them. All right, Garrett has volunteered to run me into town. And that's where I'm going to go right now and get some pizza for lunch and then bring it back for dinner. So that's where we're heading now. Alright, we are down and back in downtown Breck. Gonna run into the post office here and see if they'll give me my Amazon package that got delivered into Mitch's box. Mitch is in surgery today, so I'm gonna see if they'll let me get it. Okay, no luck. They said it was delivered today, but it's sitting on their back dock and they haven't processed it yet. So there's a chance that they process it today, or maybe not process it today, because he says they're short-handed. Alright, now I've got a full belly and I've got enough pizza left over for dinner. So now we are going to go back to the Alpine Outfitter and get that thing I was eyeballing yesterday. I'm going to show it to you and kind of explain why I'm carrying it with me. Alright, so we got what we needed. So I wound up getting the Platypus Quick Draw. Now there's a reason why I chose it over some of the other ones. First and foremost, this one comes with a 2-liter bag. That's gonna make me not have to worry about the extra water carries, because then I'll have 6-liter capacity of carrying water into camp. Now I'm keeping my Be Free with me. It's just I didn't replace it before it came out, so it's had a lot of stuff, so it's kind of slowed down a little bit, and I don't like the slow filtering. So I've always wanted to try one of these platypuses. There he is. There he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Alright, now for the unboxing. Here we go. This is what the platypus looks like. So this is the platypus quick draw, and I'm going to have a 2-liter sack. So the main reason is because I want to be able to dry camp at some of the most beautiful spots that may not have water, and the ability to only carry 4 liters of water, which this is what I had before, was these 2 bottles, my front drinking bottle and my filter bottle, so I can fill this up before I go to camp. So now that I'm adding an additional full 2 liters to be able to carry to camp, that's going to make me be able to choose whatever camp I want, because we'll have plenty of water that way. I also have been very curious about the performance of this, because I've heard that it's a very high quality water filter, so it's going to be a fantastic test. So I wanted to test and play with this flow rate to see how good it is, and so I filled up the bag, and this is just a gravity flow. So that's gravity flow right there. If I'm just like getting to camp and I want to hang it up and let it filter itself, that's gravity flow. So that's pretty wild. But let's see what happens when I squeeze it too. Oh man, that's a pretty good flow rate. Well, I can filter water fast with this thing. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm just going to eat pizza here at the hostel, and then we're going to get back on trail tomorrow. So we'll see you guys in the morning.